Hi, I'm City Councilor Nichole L, and I represent District 6 here in the city of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I want to tell you about participatory budgeting, or PB. PB is a democratic process where community members decide how to spend public funds. It really gives real people power over real money. PB was first used in Porto Alegre, Brazil in 1989. The process empowered citizens to influence local spending on public amenities and programs. It fostered civic engagement and helped ensure that resources were directed towards community needs. By 2025, PB has been implemented in over 11,000 cities worldwide and used in over 100 cities right here in the United States. In April of 2025, I decided to see if we could use participatory budgeting process here in Albuquerque. And so we decided to use our entire 1.5 million of our communities, our district's discretionary funds to capital projects or physical projects in our district, which includes neighborhoods like the International District, Nob Hill, and the University of New Mexico.
There are 6 phases of the PB process. First, community members are invited to learn about how PB has been done in other communities and design their own PB process that works best for their community. Second, community members brainstorm project ideas, where community members have the opportunity to submit project ideas on their own or in small workshops. Third, all of the community members who contribute project ideas are brought together to identify project clusters, remove duplicate projects, and synthesize them into a smaller batch of project ideas to be developed into proposals with price tags. Fourth, community members vote on the top projects that make the final ballot. Fifth, the winning projects are funded and constructed. Finally, community members are invited to come back together to review the PB process to make improvements for the next round.
In Phase 1, our office partnered with Participatory Budgeting ABQ, or PBABQ, to co-design a pilot program for our district. Over a 5-month period, City Council District 6 community members worked with city staff to co-design a process for community members to submit capital project ideas that will be funded by our $1.5 million council set-aside funds earmarked for a PB pilot program. Phase 2 was the brainstorming phase. We had over 243 project ideas submitted over a 3-month span. Community members had the opportunity to submit their project ideas individually through our online form or in-group workshops. Over 30 idea collection workshops were held where students, seniors, unhoused neighbors, neighborhood representatives, and other community members got together to brainstorm how to spend the $1.5 million in their community. These workshops varied in size and format, ranging from in-person project idea surveys, pop-up community event mapping exercises, large workshop Mentimeter surveys, district-wide assemblies, and other public engagement activities. Now that we had the ideas, we needed to develop the full proposals for each project, and that makes up Phase 3 of the PB process. At the beginning of 2025, teams of 30-plus community members comprised of budget delegates, City Council District 6 steering team, and PBABQ core team members generated 16 project idea clusters during a 3-hour project refinement event, or what we called a sprint. My office was provided a PB project manager from UNM to help bridge the gap between community members and the over 8 city departments that would be working with and created project development teams. These teams transformed the 16 project idea clusters into full project proposals with price tags, locations, and other preliminary planning documentation to be presented at events called Project Expos. By late March, there were 9 projects on the ballot to be voted on by District 6 community members who live, worked, or played in the area.
To kick off Phase 4 of the PB process, we had to get out the vote. To help us get out the word, flyers were distributed to neighborhoods throughout the district. 20 voting events and other voting opportunities were held, and key organizations were canvassed. During each of these voting opportunities, community members had the opportunity to vote through an open source online portal created by Stanford University or vote using a paper ballot. We used this mixed method of collecting votes in order to accommodate people from all walks of life. Over a month-long voting period, we had a total of 1,224 District 6 community members come out to vote. On May 3rd, 2025, we announced the winning projects at a big reveal party.
And with that, we moved on to Phase 5, which included funding the winning projects through the city's biannual capital implementation program. On April 7th, 2025, the city fully adopted the capital implementation program, which included funding for all of the winning projects. By July 7th, 2025, the city broke ground on the San Mateo and Catherine's People's Market, which was the top voted project, which included space for a one-stop respite station and a Portland Loo, the two projects that received the highest numbers after the People's Market. The sixth and final phase of the participatory budgeting process was evaluation. This is where we incorporated the lessons we learned from the first round of the PB process. This is a critical step for improving the PB process, growing our capacity, and launching the next round of PB process, which will commence in 2026.